Hey there, and welcome to Strength in Sisterhood, the podcast where faith, friendship, and fierce encouragement come together.
We're here to share stories that will inspire and lift each other up while we grow in faith together.
No matter where you are, we're here to remind you that you are never alone. With God and a little sisterhood, we're stronger together.
So grab a cup of coffee and get ready to be encouraged and empowered.
Hello, and welcome to Strength in Sisterhood. I'm Amy.
And I'm Summer.
And we're really glad that you're here today. How are you this week, Summer?
I'm good. We were just doing the final countdown. So that was funny.
Yeah, well, when we start recording, it gives us like a 5-second countdown. And I guess because there's
You
a
started
jukebox.
it.
There's a
Yes.
jukebox that's always going in my head.
You started it.
Yeah, I just saw the 5, 4. It's the final countdown.
I had to continue it. She was just gonna let it end with that. But
Sometimes the opening to our podcast episodes are sometimes my favorite parts.
yeah,
You never know what you're going to get. Saturday here in Deep Park.
too funny. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I'm good today. Did you ask me? Did you? Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I did.
It's like routine. I'm good, by the way. Thanks for
good.
asking. How are you today?
I did ask. I'm good. I'm better now that the sun is out.
Yeah, you saw that. Well, right now it's cozy in here, but you did open the door for a little bit, and it is bright.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
When I was driving here this morning, I got up and it was kind of just another dreary day.
Cloudy day.
And I don't mind those. But when it's like day 4 or 5 in a row,
Yeah,
I thought, man, Lord, I just need some vitamin D.
sunshine.
I need some sunshine today.
Mm.
Even when I was driving out here, I do have a jukebox going on in my head, apparently. The thought of sunshine go, or no, here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here
Oh.
comes the sun, and I said, it's
Da-dum.
all right.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da.
See, and I'm singing, the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow. Yeah, sorry. But it's out today. So
It
that
is.
song isn't as fitting as yours.
So I'm very thankful that there's some sunshine out there.
Yeah, me too. That's good.
Anyways, our topic for today, let's get into that. Our topic today is be renewed. And it comes from Ephesians 4, verse 23. And it says, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. And this week, I just kept thinking that word renew just kept coming up in my mind. And there were several different verses.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, Amy, where are we going with this
Yeah.
conversation? Because you're giving me verses over here. You're giving me this. Like, what you thinking?
Yeah.
What you thinking? And I was kind of the same way of like, okay, Lord, how are we going to title this? Because I was thinking of Psalm 51.
Mm-hmm.
David is, crying out to the Lord, and he says, cleanse me and
Renew.
renew a right spirit within me.
Yep.
And that verse was on my mind all day, one of these days this week.
Mm-hmm.
Just right there. It was just on repeat.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing. But I was just like, man, it's not something that comes to mind all the time,
Sure.
but I just couldn't get it out of my head.
Yeah.
And then the next morning at 7:11 a.m.,
7-Eleven.
I get the verse of the day from my Bible app. And it was Psalm 51. I think it's verse 4, or something like that.
Yeah.
Cleanse me.
Cleanse me, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Is that it? Yeah.
You would think I should, know it. Jeez, Amy. But yeah, the next day, like I had it in my head all day the day before. And the next morning, I open up my Bible app and there's that notification.
App of the day? Or
Verse of the day.
not
Yeah.
app of the day.
The app of every day.
Yep.
So yeah, I just thought, okay, well, that's an interesting little coinkydink. And then Romans 12 verses 1 and 2 just kept coming to mind as well.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren,
by the mercies
of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is what?
your reasonable service.
Service. What else?
Verse 2.
I got mixed up because I felt pressure of like, you got to finish it, Summer. What is it? Keep going.
Hold on, I got to get there. Do we have verse 1 in our memory?
No, now I need to do it. Now I need to know it. Do it from memory. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a holy, living, what?
Living sacrifice.
A living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service, and be transformed by the
and be not conformed.
Oh, there we go. And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may
prove
what is good and acceptable in the sight of God.
What is that good and acceptable
will of God?
And perfect.
And perfect will of God.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit pressure. I'm being recorded.
Nobody's pressuring you.
I know. I pressure myself.
I know you do.
Nobody needs to pressure me. I can do that all on my own.
I wish we had we should see if we can get a little applause soundbite and put that in there.
Totally could.
Well done.
Thank you. I mean, I don't know about well done, but it was good.
Well,
enough.
I knew that I could nail verse 1, but verse 2, I couldn't do that. So I had to flip open to it in my Bible. But
yeah,
you did good, kid.
Thanks.
You did good.
Thanks, Ma.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, so we're going to be talking about kind of a renewal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get into too much of our topic before we fill up our cups, because I have a tendency to do that.
Yeah.
And then when we get our cups filled and we come back and it's like, oh, where's that steam that I had built up? Oh, I gave it away. So let's go ahead and fill up our cups.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay, Summer. So what filled up your cup for this week?
Well, I mentioned in our last week's podcast about reconnecting with a childhood friend. I think I mentioned that anyway. But it has filled up my cup and has been such a breath of fresh air to be doing Bible studies with her. I don't know if I mentioned it last time, but she's not saved. But she's opened my eyes to, when I talk with her about God and the things of the Lord and, talking about Jesus Christ and, she's not saved. But she had mentioned something to me about wanting to date Jesus before marrying him. So I said, well, I can totally tell you all about him and you can date him. And then you can, and then we'll pray that you'll marry him one day.
That's an interesting viewpoint.
It was, because I think sometimes for myself, you talk to people about the Lord and you want them to get saved, but you're not myself. I'm not really realizing all the time. Like, if they don't know who he is, you can't just expect them to jump right into a relationship with him. Mm-hmm. So man, that really opened my eyes. And so I'm like, well, let's date him. I would love to, show you who he is.
Right.
And, so she's been reading the book of John and asking questions, and I'm telling her about him. And so she's dating him.
I know this guy, you're really going to like him.
I know you're going to love him. You're going to love him. He's going to fulfill all the things that you never even knew you wanted.
Oh, that's fun.
And so, yeah, it's been a breath of fresh air, and she's been wonderful. It's been fun to catch up, but there's no greater bond and no greater conversation and no greater relationship that you can have with someone than someone that is seeking the Lord or, that just, there's nothing sweeter than that. So pray for her salvation, pray for her to marry Jesus.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Filled up my cup. Yeah. What about you? What's filled up your cup?
Well, it's not quite the same as dating Jesus, but no, it's you can still hear it. I mean, we record multiple. We try to do 2 episodes at a time. Mm-hmm. And so still have
you do
the cold
crud.
The cold voice. And I feel fine, but I just have this lingering cough, right?
Yeah.
And what filled up my cup this week, though, was having a couple friends that will text or reach out and just be like, hey, how you feeling today?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I don't know. I know it can be such a small thing.
Yeah.
But as somebody who is single and doesn't have a significant other or a spouse or anything like that, it can mean a lot to have, you know, people notice if I'm not at church, or people notice if I'm not there where I usually am, or whatever.
Right.
You know, just be like, oh, you feeling okay? You need anything? Like,
it's nice to know that people are thinking about you.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't like to feel thought of, cared for?
Absolutely.
You know,
we all do.
Yeah. So, but I just appreciate that.
Yeah. That's good.
Filled up my cup I told one of my friends this week, I was like, today was kind of a rough day, but texting with you, it was a bright spot.
Aw.
So.
I bet that made her feel good too.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Filling up cups all over.
Yeah. Love that. That's cool.
See, that's the benefit though. Somebody fills up my cup. Now I can turn and fill somebody else's cup.
Fill somebody else's cup. I like it.
Yeah.
You can't pour from an empty cup.
Sounds like a podcast stuff.
That's right. I think it does too. Maybe next week.
Maybe. Well, now that our cups are full.
Yep.
They're not empty, which we did say. You're like, hey, do you have your fill up your cup? It's been a week where I have things that emptied my cup.
We don't want to have that segment. That would not be encouraging,
like,
but I got a lot of them too. Yeah.
It's not the segment we're going for here, Amy. But now that our cups are full, let's go ahead and get into our topic.
Okay.
Okay, so with this topic, the word, like I said in the kind of intro of it, the word renew was just kind of in the air for me this week. And in light of I know we've mentioned it on the past couple episodes, but we don't bury our heads in the sand, right? So like the current events, things that are going on in the world, like those affect us, those affect everybody, right? So in light of that, I have seen there's been like a renewal.
Yeah.
You know, some people who maybe haven't gone to church in a while are going back to church, or trying church for the first time, or buying a Bible or whatever, things like that. And it just felt like there's a renewal, or we talked about several Christians feeling emboldened.
Yes.
You know, we've mentioned Forrest Frank in the podcast. And I know like social media is kind of a wild thing. I did see a clip of his after the Charlie Kirk thing where he goes on there and he's like, hey, I posted something about Charlie Kirk and the next day I lost 30,000 followers.
Wow.
And he's like, you know what? Good.
Yeah.
I don't want you following me. I don't want you coming in my shows.
Wow.
Because I want the primary thing to be that you hear about Jesus.
That's right.
And so if you don't like hearing about Jesus, then I don't want you following me. And like for him, you could tell it was like, it brought the priorities up to the surface.
Sure.
Right? Which have a tendency to kind of get settled.
That's very true.
Down to the bottom, you know, things can just pile on top of them. But when something like that happens, it kind of brings the priorities back up.
That's good.
And Christians were emboldened and they're just like, you know what? I'm not going to be quiet about this stuff anymore.
That's right.
And Jesus is as a priority. And if you come to my page, I want you to hear about Jesus. And so, but there just has been like this refreshing, this renewal, this revival. And it just made me think of like renew. And so these verses of David asking God to cleanse me.
Yes.
Right? Cleanse me. Like we said, the priorities can come to the top. So there's things that need to be cleaned.
Yeah.
I need to be washed of some things.
Right.
And cleanse me and renew a right spirit within me.
Yeah.
And it's just, that was one of the prayers that I've had of like, but I want to keep that on my prayer list. I don't want that to go away with time. Like that's a good thing to pray from time to time.
Oh, yeah.
Renew
Yeah.
a right spirit within me. And I know our pastor's been preaching on spirits over the last couple months, but it's something that I've become more aware of. And like I was talking with you, you and I were kind of discussing in between recordings today, like, okay, well, what's your next topic? And we were kind of, like, hey, hold on. Like, we kind of got the ball rolling.
We sure did.
And one of the things, so now it's like, now that we're recording, oh gosh, what did I say? Like, that was good. Try to say it again. But one of the things that I remember thinking in regards to this topic was, okay, so why do we see a renewal? Why are Christians now emboldened? Why is there a revival, refreshment, and maybe more boldness, more
right.
outspoken?
Speaking up.
Why are Christians doing that more now since September 10th?
Mm-hmm.
Because on September 10th, this is what happened. We physically saw.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the physical ramifications of spiritual warfare.
Absolutely 100%. Yes, that was a spiritual thing that happened more so than just the physical.
And Christians see that because
Yes.
Christians know.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible tells us that we wrestle not against flesh and blood,
Right.
but we wrestle against principalities and powers.
Yep.
And so it's a crazy thing to kind of see those realms interacting
Absolutely.
and how it's all unfolding.
Mm-hmm.
But so then it also made me think of Romans 12. Like so I can pray to the Lord, cleanse me. I think there's a cleansing that needs to happen
Yeah.
for renewal. But then also in Romans 12, it says, I beseech you, but therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. So it's really just reasonable
Yeah.
to present your body available. But then in verse 2, and be not conformed.
That's right.
Okay, so there's a cleansing, but there's also we talked about it last time. In our last episode, Jesus, when he heard about the beheading of John the Baptist, what did he do? He separated himself
Right. Yeah.
from the people, and he separated himself from the people unto God,
Yeah.
right? He got away and rested a while.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that. But, and it says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
Mm.
So my mind needs to be renewed.
Yeah.
My spirit needs to be renewed. God can cleanse me and put that renew a right spirit within me. God can do that. And God can also renew my mind.
Yeah.
When I remove myself from being conformed by this world
Yeah.
and be transformed. I don't want to conform to, I think we even kind of talked about it a little bit, maybe not by word verbatim,
Right.
but I don't want to be conformed to the image of a good Christian, right? I don't want to fit in the box. I don't want to check the boxes
Yeah.
of,
What does that do?
go to church and on Sunday and Sunday night and Wednesday, good Christian, checking those
Right.
boxes. Ooh, and then I serve in a ministry, check.
Right.
All right, I'm conformed. No, but on the inside, I could be
Shoo. Yeah.
completely
Almost just
different.
Record because
No, I want to be transformed
Right.
by the renewing of my mind. Lord, renew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the mind of Christ.
Yeah.
Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus.
Yes.
I want that mind. I
Yeah.
want to be renewed by him. Actually, the main verse that we are using for today's kind of title that came to my mind, I don't know if we've mentioned it so far in this episode, because I was looking at Psalm 51, and that's a renewal of the, a renewed spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And then Romans, that's a renewing of the mind and being transformed. But I was like, man, like renew just kept coming to my mind. And so I actually came across Ephesians 4, verse 23, and it says, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
Yeah.
And I was like, that really kind of fits, because it's be renewed in the spirit of your mind. And it kind of covers both. Like,
Yeah.
David asked for a renewed spirit within him.
Mm-hmm.
And Romans 12 does a renewing of your mind.
Mm.
So I just figured, well, that fits, and that's a better title.
Yeah.
But
no, I like that.
So what were some things that came across your mind, or what were some things that stood out to you this week in regards to this topic of renewing, and how do we get a renewed mind?
Sure. Well, I think that right now we've talked about noise a lot and the different influences that are out there. You think about social media and different platforms. And I feel like we don't have a renewed mind. We can't have a renewed mind because our appetites are in the wrong place.
Mm-hmm.
We look for quick dopamine hits
Mm-hmm.
and with influences and short, reels and videos and whatnot. So for me, this verse or this topic of being renewed, it's like we can't get to that point. We can't get renewed because there's so much out there that is influencing our heart, because, we hear it, we see it, and we don't have an appetite for the things of God, which does renew us.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we had an appetite for the things of God, we would be renewed.
Right.
The verse said, be not conformed to this world.
Right.
So the things of the world, don't be conformed to that. You have to kind of separate yourself, like we talked about before. Separate yourself, get away from those things, and then you could spend some time with God and get renewed. And, we feed ourselves junk food so much that we don't even have an appetite for something that's good and healthy and nutritious. And it's the same in our spiritual life. Right.
If we're just consuming the things of the world that the world has to offer,
mm-hmm.
whether that be social media, like through your phone screen, through a TV
Mm-hmm.
screen, through podcasts, like whether you're listening to it or whatever it might be,
mm-hmm.
people, even if you're just having a conversation or whatever it might be, but whatever you're consuming, if you're just continually consuming what the world has to offer, then you're not going to, like you talked about with our appetites, you're not going to have an appetite for the things of the Lord.
Yeah.
So you need to build up that appetite you need to build a hunger
mm-hmm.
for the word of God, a hunger for preaching.
Yes.
They talk about, I think you and I were talking.
But you can't get that appetite without tasting it. You got to put it in even if you don't feel like it.
Right.
Start putting it in, and then you get the appetite for it, because you've got to taste like, oh, that actually starts to taste pretty good and sweet.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're exactly right. Because like you mentioned, I mean, if all you eat is junk food,
mm-hmm.
then that's what you're going to have cravings for. That's what you're going to want to eat.
Yes. Yeah.
But, I don't know, throw a cucumber in there.
I'm thinking broccoli and Oreos here. That's where my mind is like, I'm thinking broccoli and Oreos. If you're eating Oreos all the time, you aren't going to want broccoli.
Exactly.
But if you start eating broccoli and get rid of the Oreo, you're going to start to desire broccoli.
Exactly.
And I'm a living testimony of this exact thing with my diet.
I'm allergic to cucumbers. No, you aren't.
That and coconut.
But it is true. So whatever you're feeding,
mm-hmm.
that's what's going to build your hunger for that. You're going to, your appetite for that.
Yes.
If you're continually feeding on junk, then don't be surprised when junk comes out.
Right. Or when you feel like junk.
Or when you feel like junk.
But if you put good stuff in, you can feel good.
Yes.
Oh.
And it gives you that energy to minister.
Mm-hmm. True.
That desire to minister, because when you find something good, you want to tell other people about it.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I got this deal. Go down here. These are on sale at this grocery store. Go get some. That's what you do, right?
Yes, that's very true.
Hey, did you see this gas station? They have gas for this price.
Right.
It's the lowest in town. You're you're sending texts out. Come on. I don't know if you need to get gas, but if you don't, you do. Because it's cheap over here.
Go fill her up.
Fill her up.
That's funny.
So when you find something good, you want to share it with people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the reason why we started a podcast.
Right.
No, I'm just joking.
But seriously, though. But yeah, I mean, and it affects, our diet affects our mental status. You talk about like.
Oh, absolutely.
I know for sure because of gut issues and my health and food, that putting in all that junk was not good for my gut. And your gut affects our mind.
It does.
Those are kind of my thoughts. I mean, they're not real deep, but I do feel like,
well, it's practical.
yeah, I mean, there's just so much around us. So we have to guard what we put before our eyes, what we put. Is it biblical, or is it just a saying that your eyes and your ears are the gateway to your heart? You know?
I think it's a biblical principle.
Yeah. So, I mean, we just got to watch what we...
When we sing that song, oh, be careful, little eyes, what you see. Oh, be
I don't know
careful,
this one.
little eyes, what you see. For your Father up above is looking down in love. Oh, be careful, little eyes, what you see. Oh, be careful, little ears, what you hear. Oh, be careful, little ears, what you hear. 'Cause your Father up above is looking down in love. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. Oh, be careful, little lips, what you say. Oh, be careful, little lips, what you say. 'Cause your Father up above is looking down in love. Oh, be careful, little lips, what you say.
That's true.
Oh, be careful, little feet, where you go. Oh, be careful, little feet, where you go. 'Cause your Father up above is looking down in love. Oh, be careful, little feet, where you go.
Wow.
Oh, be careful, little hands, what you touch. Oh, be careful, little hands, what you touch. 'Cause your Father up above is looking down in love. Oh, be careful, little hands, what you touch. I don't know.
So you were on feet, I think, right?
No, I did feet and hands.
Were we on feet?
No, I don't know. We don't sing it very often.
I like that. I've never heard that
Yeah.
before. That's true.
It is.
We have to be careful. And I think we just need to be more diligent to making sure that we are having a renewed mind. And I think there's a verse that talks about being renewed daily.
Yes.
So you can't just get renewed once and think that you're good for a while. Renewed daily. So put in the word of God. That's what cleanses us. Be in fellowship and prayer with God. Be renewed. Watch wholesome things. Everything on TV, I was talking to somebody yesterday about it. You can't watch a movie or a TV show without some kind of anti-biblical principle in there.
Yep.
Does that even make sense? Anti-biblical
Yes.
principle? Like, they're just not wholesome things. They're not things that are going to make you, and I don't like to use the word feel good, but really when you eat right, you feel right. And so, you know, it affects us in ways. You know, they even talk about kids with video games and, you know, all these violent video games, those affect you. And then they think that that's a correlation to the violence that we have. And it probably does have some effect.
Yeah.
You know, just like kids who grow up in homes where parents fight, or I don't know, then you end up probably mimicking those same things in your household. So what you see is what you do. What you listen to is, I don't know where I'm going with that. But
well, no, I agree. No, it makes sense. I think one of the verses that comes to mind when you say those things and during this conversation is, I will set no wicked thing. Wicked.
no wicked thing.
I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. And also makes me think of that verse, Isaiah 26, verse 3, thou will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee.
That's a very good verse.
Because he trusteth in thee. Oh, you know, and that's the thing is like, yes, Lord, help me to have a renewed mind. And like you said, help me keep my mind stayed on thee.
Yes. Yes. That's where peace comes from. Perfect peace. Keep in perfect peace. I think the only thing I can think of that would be important to just express is that you can't have a renewing of your mind without Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
So if you're not saved, if you haven't put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, then you can't experience this renewed mind. Because a renewed mind, kind of you in Ephesians 4 in that same chapter, the renewed mind is created in righteousness and true holiness. That's what the verse talks about. If you're looking to have your mind renewed and you don't have the Holy Spirit in you, I'd say that's the first step to getting a renewed mind.
I would agree. And actually, that makes me think, I don't know if we've ever done it or said it on the podcast. I kind of just assume that anybody who's going to be listening to this podcast is probably a Christian.
Sure.
But if you're listening to this and you don't know Christ as your Savior, we have our email account.
Yep.
We're on social media. We're on YouTube. You can communicate to us through any of those.
Yes.
Email, or we've had people email us before. You can DM us on Instagram, send us a message on Substack. We can tell you, and we want to tell you
Yes.
how you can trust Christ and accept him as your Savior.
Yes.
And then access peace, access hope, access the renewing of your mind.
Yes. Yep.
And
That's good.
we absolutely, that's the goal.
Yeah, we would love nothing more than to tell you how to have a renewed mind with Jesus Christ.
Absolutely. And as each day passes, it is more and more important, and you are closer to needing to do that.
Yeah, making that
If you have
decision.
never made that decision, because the Bible does say it is appointed unto men once to die. But after this, the judgment.
That's right.
And so we don't know when. We don't know where we are in that line.
Right.
Of when it's going to be our time. So please feel free to reach out to us if you don't know for sure.
That's right.
So with that, we'll go ahead and swing on into our gratitude moment.
Okay.
Okay, Summer. So what is your gratitude moment for this week?
This week, I went to coffee after church with a friend of ours. It was kind of spur of the moment. Well, it was spur of the moment. And then she invited me for coffee after church, which doesn't end until 8. So I was like, but we went and had coffee, and it's nice to have people, like you had kind of mentioned it in your Fill Up My Cup, I think, about people kind of reaching out when you're sick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had asked for prayer for a couple of friends of mine, and, I haven't really got to catch up with her to let her know the result of some of the things that I had asked for prayer about. And so she reached out and she wanted to hear about it. And that excited me because she remembered, which means she's been praying about it.
Yep.
And she, wanted to know what's going on and how's it going. And, I've been praying because you feel involved when you pray for somebody else, even though you don't know the people that they might be asking prayer for. You're invested.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was nice of her. And I was very thankful that she cared enough to come and approach me, ask me for coffee, and then ask me about these things that I'd been praying about. So
That's cool.
It was really good time with her. We closed the place down, and then we went and sat in her car and finished talking for about another 45 minutes or so. But it was really good. So I'm grateful for her. I'm grateful for her being interested in the things that I've asked for prayer about, and I'm thankful for her prayers.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's one of those people, I know she's going to pray.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask her to pray, she's going to pray.
Yeah.
So thankful for that.
I've thought about that. I think it's a topic on our list of a friend loveth at all times. I feel like at some point we'll do an episode about Christian friendship, because I've seen things I've jotted down different things about, if you think about it, it's actually quite powerful.
Yeah.
To think that that a friend would go.
You can intercede on their
before
behalf.
the throne of God on your behalf.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, Lord, I'm praying for this. I don't know. It can be powerful.
Yeah, it is.
And to have those friends that
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That they're praying for you.
Yeah. And we need that. We need to be praying for each other.
It takes the faith of a mustard seed to move a mountain.
Mm.
But the faith and prayers of a friend.
Right. Yeah.
Out of this world.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
What about you? What's your gratitude moment for this week?
My gratitude moment, well, it's not necessarily a moment, but my gratitude for this week is I'm thankful for a younger generation that has a desire for God.
Yeah.
I look around and some of the younger people, I've had most of them in Sunday school. So I've known some of them since they were 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Or since birth. But I don't know, just to see them grow up and they're young adults now, or they're teenagers, and just to see that they have a desire to to serve God.
Yes.
And, they're living their lives. And that comes with struggles.
Yep.
And there's a teenage girl, our friend's daughter, who she started a Substack recently.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been writing on there. And it's just like, she's writing about some things that I've known her since she was a little girl.
Yeah.
And she's dealt with some hard things.
Mm-hmm.
I was none the wiser,
Sure.
as most people are with their stuff, you know?
Yep.
And it kind of encourages me to just, like, when I read her stuff, it kind of encourages me to, even on this podcast, I know we share a lot on there, on here, but part of the reason why I want to do that is so that they know you're not alone.
Absolutely.
We've talked about, I don't want to be conformed into this perfect little Christian box, right?
Yep.
Or I fit the mold of what it's supposed to look like. I'm messy.
Yes.
It's messy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm been saved for over half my life. Praise the Lord. Do I still struggle with depression? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is fall and winter coming up and is that on the back of my mind? Because it usually comes up.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Can he give me victory over it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But am I human? Am I struggle with it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I struggle with loneliness? Yes. Far more than I probably would like to admit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's just, not that we have to air out all of our issues, but the Bible does say to confess your faults one to another.
Right.
And where is that for? Is that in Hebrews 10? It's James.
James.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. But it says in James 5:16, confess your faults one to another and pray for one another that ye may be healed. The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man
availeth much.
Availeth much.
Yeah.
And so I just don't want them to feel like they're alone.
Right.
I just want them to be encouraged that, hey, we're walking the same paths, like maybe a little bit different, but I know I'm just encouraged by those who are in a younger generation, desire to serve God, to please God, and to fulfill the Great Commission.
And she points to him every time. So she's not just going out there telling people about what she's going through, but she points it back to the Lord. Mm-hmm. And that's what's important.
But she's just being honest, and there's an amount of vulnerability in that. And I don't know, I just appreciate that. Mm-hmm. And she's not the only one. I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah, right.
But I just see, like, there are young people who are happy to serve.
Yes.
And anything that's going on, they're there.
Right.
And I'm thankful for that, because when I was in that stage of life, and I didn't have, a lot of times they are not married, they don't have kids.
Right.
So they don't have the demands of life.
Mm-hmm.
They're utilizing that time.
Right.
And I'm thankful to see that.
Yes,
because
for sure.
When I was in that age group, the pastor that we had at the time, he and his wife strongly invested in us and in me, and encouraged us to serve.
That's good.
Whenever possible, serve. And I'm just thankful to see that continuing in the next generation.
Yeah. No,
so,
that's neat.
Just encouraging.
That's good. I like that.
Well, I think that'll wrap it up for us this week.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe and share with others. Join us over on Instagram at
Strength and Sisterhood Pod.
And leave us a comment if you liked this episode. You can also reach us at
strengthandsisterhoodpod@gmail.com.
Or find us on Spotify, Amazon, Substack, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. We would love to hear from you. So until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.
See ya.